On today's session of Family Court with Judge Penny, this beleaguered mom is trying to get back money she gave to her deadbeat son.
Who came up with this idea to loan him $24,000?
Maybe I did.
But Billy says the money was mom's gift to him.
She owes me that money. A lot of people that I know, their parents give them chunks of money. My parents never gave me anything.
Spit at me in front of my mother.
I know you didn't try to spit on your mama, boy.
I did not spit on her. I might have had something in my mouth, maybe water or something came out of my mouth.
You living up in her house for free, drinking up her water,
Judge,
sucking up her air, eating up all her food for free.
I created a monster.
Every king needs his own castle. You got to go. Families in crisis, I know exactly what they're facing. I have been there. From a life of hardship, I was able to build a lifetime of experience. Now, after years of serving on the bench, I use the law to fight for families. It's not only about verdicts, it's about solutions. It's about the compassion and the mercy that justice requires. I'm Judge Penny Brown Reynolds, and in my court, family comes first.
Linda is suing her 30-year-old son Billy for $24,000 she loaned him to pay off credit card bills. Billy says his mother gave him the money as a gift, not a loan. And because he earned 2 degrees, she should give him time to get his life together.
You may be seated.
Your Honor, all parties are sworn in.
Thank you, Dave. Well, Linda,
Hi.
you have brought your son into court.
Yes, I have.
Tell me about it. Why are you here?
Well, the reason I'm here today is because Billy needs to get his life together and get on his own.
Your mother has brought you into court because she said she loaned you $24,000 to pay off some bills, and you were supposed to pay her back. Is that true?
Well, it was a gift, Judge. It was a
Who
thing
has
that
$24,000 just to give somebody?
It's not a gift. It's not a
Well,
gift.
it was because she didn't want to see me, ruin my credit. And after I graduated school, the bills were, they were piling up. And I came to her, and I told her, listen, I need some help. And she agreed to help me out, to pay off all my debt, so I could, move on with my life.
How are you still living up in your mama's house, saying you moved on with your life?
Well, I mean, I'm working right now, and I'm working to save money, and there comes a point in someone's life that they kind of do what they got to do as far as coming in and getting their life together. And right now, I'm saving my money, and that's just one step of my life that I'm, undertaking. And I do have plans of moving out, but not at this point in time.
Are you ready for him to go?
Thank you. Yes, I am.
Why?
Because I think he's 30 years old. He should be out on his own.
Why have you put up with this for so long?
Well, because I'm an old-fashioned mother. I want to see him get it together before he could get his own, have everything together in order, and then he could get his own place.
Well, I do know something that he did do. Didn't he spit at you?
That he
spit on
did.
you?
That he did, not too long ago. Yes, he did.
All right, Mr. Billy, how you think you
That he
got
did.
to the point where you can spit on your mama?
That's
Judge,
right.
I never did that.
Oh.
I never did that. When we were going back and forth with the words, I don't know what we were arguing about. It might have been me, cooking something and
Because
me
I came
making
in
a
with
mess.
Grammy.
Hold, let me speak. And
Now, why would she come into court and lie and say, that's pretty tough for a parent to say, my own child spit on me?
I didn't spit at her.
Thank you. Yes,
I
he
did not-
did.
I
Did he
did
do?
not.
Tell me what happened then.
I came in the house with my mother. Well, my mother was at my house. She was having dinner over. It was on a Sunday. I had got my hair done. I came home. My mother was going to have dinner. We were going to cook. Here comes Billy. Now, Billy usually buys his own groceries because he eats a lot of chicken and broccoli. Tries to keep his weight down. And so now he's going to come in. He's going to start cooking. I said, wait, we're going to cook. After we're done, then you could get, He was frustrated. He started throwing things around. He spit at me in front of my mother.
And what did you do?
Well, I didn't do anything.
Child, that's the problem. I wish you would have spat on me. You know that old saying, I brought you
This
in
is
this
what I
world, I'll
said.
take you out?
I could see
If
a
a child that was
16-year-old, a
my child.
17-year-old, but not
I
a
didn't-
30-year-old.
No, let me just say this. But even if he had been 6 years old,
Well, you're right.
it's
You're
no child
right.
is supposed to spit on their parent.
You're right.
You
Thank
couldn't
you.
be my child because I'm just sitting here trying to be as cool as I can be. I know you didn't try to spit on your
I
mama,
didn't,
boy.
Judge. I did not spit on her. It just.
So she just making this up.
No, I mean, I might have had something in my mouth, maybe water or something came out of my mouth, but it wasn't, I did not directly or
Linda, see, let me
intentionally
tell you
spit at
something.
this
Even
woman.
with
I
all
would
of
never
the
do that
issues
to my
that
mother.
he has, you've got to put your foot down. You can't be a doormat anymore for him.
Thank you.
Because
That's what
what's
I feel like
happening
sometimes
is,
with him. I love him. I love him dearly. I love him dearly.
do you know that 66% of college students come back home and live with their parents? They're called boomerang kids. Did you know you were a boomerang
He's
kid?
a boomerang kid then.
I
You're a
didn't know,
boomerang
I didn't
kid.
know that. I mean, not every.
I got a
not every-
boomerang up in my house too that I'm about to get out.
Do you really? Oh, so we're in
no,
the same
let
boat.
me tell you something. I took this case because this case hits home. But let me tell you what I told my
Oh,
son.
thank you.
Like I'm going to tell you right now. Every king needs his own castle.
Yeah, I agree.
Do you hear what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So you can't have the luxury of saying that you've got your life together, yet you living up in your mama's house. What I want to know is, and that's what I asked my son, when you go out and meet a young lady, what you say to her, let's come over to my place, I live with my mama.
I mean, I just tell, if I do meet girls or women, I take women out on dates, I just tell them, I'm home, but hey, it is what it is. If she's home, then she understands, and if they could, somebody who likes me will understand why I'm home and why I'm trying to, better myself.
Baby, let me tell you. There's no woman want a man who's 30 years old still living up in his mama's house.
Still to come on Family Court in the case of the boomerang son who refuses to leave his mother's nest.
It's been going on too long.
It has.
Because I'm concerned that you think you're too good to do certain jobs.
Family Court with Judge Penny is back in session. Linda is suing her son Billy for $24,000 she loaned him for credit card bills. But Billy feels his mom owed him the money as a rite of passage and says the money was a gift.
It's been going on too long.
It has.
Because I'm concerned that you think you're too good to do certain jobs. Is that not right?
Oh, that's
it's
another
true.
thing. He
I
doesn't
agree,
like
yes.
to do anything in the house.
No,
Billy does
not
not take out garbage. Billy does not cut the lawn. Billy does nothing.
Since we're talking more woman to woman now.
Right.
What is your issue having this grown man living up your house, doesn't do anything in the house, and now he has a sense of what I think is entitlement? Why? Is it because you don't want to just be you and your husband, or what's the issue?
Why I keep him there?
Why have you been
Because
putting
I
up with
love
all
him, and
this?
I'm just an old-fashioned mother. But now we're getting to the point, yes, Billy needs to leave, because I think it would benefit Billy 100%. Billy was on his own, he'd be more responsible.
It created a monster.
I created a monster.
Because
yes,
what happened
I probably
is
did.
he doesn't have to
Because he's a great
suffer.
kid. He's a great kid on the out. He's a great kid. He's a great loving kid.
Do you know when I've been on a bench for 8 years, even when young men are convicted of murder, the mama say he's a good boy.
Well, I've heard that
Every
too.
mother
You're right.
thinks their
And I
child is
say
a
they're
good
wild.
boy.
How could they say
You
right?
understand what I'm saying? Who came up with this idea to loan him
Well,
$24,000?
I'm not sure. It was a while ago, and I don't know if maybe I did to help him out. But I'm not
Is
even
that
gonna
what
give-
happened?
It might have been. I think it was me.
Okay.
Yeah, I mentioned to her, back the end of '06, I was working pretty steady at the time, and I owed some credit card bills, and I said to her, well, look, I have, these bills, they're outstanding,
So you approached your mother.
Right, the interest on some of these credit cards are crazy. I did what I had to do in school.
Right, he approached
I
you,
ate
and I
on
came
them,
up
I
with
did
the
party
idea.
a little bit on the cards, but hey, every guy does that,
So you
I'm sure.
went to, no, baby, every guy does not go back to their mama and say, let me borrow $25,000. Okay, so let me tell you the good
you can
thing
always
about
ask,
coming.
right? You can always ask.
Well, that's right. You ask not,
Yes,
you receive not.
right.
But I don't want you to leave here thinking that you're just like everybody else, because that's not appropriate. You're a grown man now, honey.
Yeah.
Somebody got to tell you. Judge wants to tell you. Judge Penny wants to let you know.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
time
not-
for you to go on and cut. I wish I had a scissors up here so I could cut this big old
cord.
biblical cord
Yeah, you're right.
that y'all can't see to let go.
When Family Court with Judge Penny returns, Billy tells the judge why he deserves a cut of his parents' money.
My parents never gave me anything.
You walking around here like you the big dog, thinking that your mother owes you something, and you living up in her house for free. drinking up her water,
Judge,
sucking up her air, eating up all her food for free.
Family Court with Judge Penny is back in session, with Linda, who is suing her 30-year-old son Billy for $24,000 that she loaned him for credit card bills. But Judge Penny has learned that Billy refuses to repay the money and refuses to move out of his mother's house.
You go to your mom and you tell her your problem.
Yeah.
And you say, can you loan me the money or will you give it to me as a gift? This is important because remember, although I am giving you advice, particularly advice that I can give from my experiences,
Right.
it's still a legal
Right.
issue.
Right.
So did you ask her to loan you the money or did you say, Mama, I need some help, it's a gift?
I said I need help. I said, and as a mother, maybe you'll be able to have a little compassion for me and know what I went through. And
It was a loan. He asked a loan.
He said to borrow it?
It really wasn't.
Borrow, yes.
Okay, why you feel like it wasn't a loan?
Why do I? He said.
Why do you feel that it was not a loan?
Because somewhat she owes me that money. She does. I know it sounds crazy, Judge,
Okay,
but
enlighten us.
listen.
Come on.
Well, I'm
Hear
going to
me
tell
out.
you why he's saying that.
Okay, well, let me
Not
let
to
him
butt
say it
in,
first.
but I'm going to tell you why.
Okay, let me let him say it first.
I mean, today, people do what they have to do to get by, and I decided to go to school and take out college debt. And
Like
a lot-
all of us in
Like
America.
all of us in America, we do that. We have responsibility. We're held accountable for it. But a lot of people that I know in my life, their parents helped them pay for it. My parents never gave me anything. They never. A lot of my friends, a lot of my friends have, their parents give them chunks of money, And I got this chunk of money to pay off my credit card debt.
So when he came to you and brought this up,
Right.
what were the terms and conditions as you understood
The
them
terms
to
and
be?
like just like I told you, when he got a decent job, he's to pay me back what he could, even if it was $200 a month, even if it was $100 a month, and maybe
Okay.
down the long run,
Did
if
your
he
mother
did
say
try.
that you're gonna pay me back when you can?
No, she never did say that. She never did.
Linda,
A great
how does it
person.
make you feel, a child you brought into this world, say you owe him to
Well,
send
that's
you to
what.
school?
Yes, it's all about the college. It's what it's about, and we couldn't afford to pay for it.
But let me say this.
And
Let
I
me
said,
say
Teddy-
this because I want him to hear me. You send a child through high school, and then they're grown. You didn't owe him that, particularly when you could not afford it.
Right.
Your greatest gift, or not gift, investment in your future is your education.
Right.
Now, my mother was a single mother. She could not afford to send me to college, but I didn't think that was her job to do it. What I did was the investment of going to college, she gave me stuff. All of the wisdom that I have is priceless. Do you hear me? Mm-hmm. Instead of you seeing the sacrifices that your mother made so that you can be the man that you are, you walking around here like you the big dog, thinking that your mother owes you something. And you living up in her house for free, drinking up her water,
Judge,
sucking up her air, eating up all her food for free.
When Family Court with Judge Penny returns, the case of the 30-year-old son Billy who refuses to pay bills, and the mother Linda who wants her money back. Judge Penny gives it to Billy straight.
And a man has to know how it is to pay his own bills and to suffer. That's what makes a man a man.
I don't know. I disagree.
Family Court with Judge Penny is back in session in the case of the ties that bind a mother, Linda, who is suing her son for $24,000 that she loaned him, and her son Billy, who has 2 college degrees but refuses to leave the nest.
Yeah, you've been getting away with too much, Billy boy. You really have. I mean, people might think this a joke, but I mean, you really needed an intervention with me when you were about 15 years old. Because I could have gotten you straight.
Yeah.
Huh?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I agree to that.
Oh, I am certain about this.
I mean, he never gave me any trouble outside. Never got into
'Cause
trouble
he's
at
a
school.
good boy.
Right.
I know
That he never did. It
He's
was
a
always
good
me and him
boy.
arguing. You say red, Billy says it's black. Never agrees on anything.
Well, let me appeal to you like
But
this.
yet, if you gave him advice or if he gave him advice, he'd listen to
But
you.
Linda, that's what all of them. But let me ask
you
you
know,
this.
you try to tell him we would never give you
When
wrong
you
advice.
get older and that time comes that you have to make your transition, who do you believe is going to take up and put up with Billy and Billy's men?
No one.
Honey, you've taken advantage of your mother. You're not going to know what you have. You can shake your head all you want until she closes her eyes. Because let me tell you, honey, nobody is going to put up with you and tolerate what she's tolerated other than a mother's love. She has a true mother's love. Because at 30 years old, you need to be out of her house. Straight up, you got to go. You got to be out of her house.
No, I disagree, Judge.
Well, you don't have to agree with me.
I disagree.
If I was freeloading, laying up on somebody for free, I wouldn't want to leave either. And a man has to know how it is to pay his own bills and to suffer. That's what makes a man a man.
I disagree with you.
Well, of course you're going to disagree.
If you ask everybody in this room, everybody would have a different opinion.
I'm glad you ask.
Oh, boy.
I'm glad you asked.
Oh, boy.
Because you don't think I would do it. But guess what? I'm going to do it. How many people believe that you can be a man living up in your mama's house? I want to hear it with a show of applause. Okay, let me ask your question. How many people believe that you don't have to leave your mama's house, that you could stay up in your mama's house at 30 years old and still consider yourself a man? Why don't you ask the question? What's the question you want me to pose?
That's a good question.
It's a good question. Good question. That's why I'm the judge. Right. It's a good question. Billy, it's time.
But
It's time, Billy.
Yeah, eventually I'll leave, but
No,
I just want to make it.
No, Billy. This is your moment of truth. This is the wake-up call. So now it's up to you to put your foot down. You can put him out. This time when he goes to the hotel, don't let him put it on the credit card for you to pay off.
Yeah, right.
I heard about that too. She puts you out, you go stay the night in the hotel, and then expect for her to pay for it. I think this monster you have created, what you'd have to do is, it would have had to been clear terms and conditions.
Right.
I'm loaning you this in exchange for you paying me $200 or $300 a month. Not when you get a good job, not if you ever get a good job. So I'm going to have to find in favor of the defendant. But let me just say this. At a minimum, if you're not prepared to put him out, at least make him pay rent. He does not pay rent. It might be the hardest thing. But trust me, he is going to survive. Because when you're on your deathbed, you want to be able to know that you made a man out of him. And the guilt of, let me tell you something. We doing the best that we can. A lot of folk can't send their kids to college and they make loans. Don't let him use that over your head. Do you hear what I'm saying?
I hear you.
You've been a good mother.
I hear you.
But it's now time to exercise some tough love.
Yep.
What
You're
about
right.
that?
Yep, I agree.
And it's time for you to man up.
I'm a man.
No.
He'll fight with you. We could be here for hours.
He's not fighting with me because I don't need Billy to tell me. I go by evidence. And the evidence says, number one, you got your mama. You done got over on her. Just because I can't find in favor of her doesn't mean what you did was right. Because I suspect you conned her into giving you that money. And she may have thought that you were going to pay her back. But let me just let you know, it wasn't a contract, but it doesn't mean that it didn't happen. It's just I need terms and conditions that can be enforced in a court of law. That's what I'm saying, okay? So don't think you're crazy. But what I do understand and know is you're not fooling anybody. You're 30 years old, and it's time for you to grow up. Get up on out your mama's house and go be the man you're supposed to be. I find in favor of the defendant. Thank you.
All rise.
Still to come, what happened after the judge's verdict?
I think I'll be able to be tougher now.
I think the judge's decision was right about, people getting out of the house, about me getting out of the house, but I'm doing what I have to do to get out of the house. Eventually I will get out of the house, but not right now.
Thank you for joining us today. Please like, comment, and share this family court session. Is this son taking advantage of his mother's love? Tell me what you think. See you on the next episode